You're welcome to day 10 of 140 days with Jonathan and Zebuka. And today I'm going to be talking about what failure has taught me that success couldn't. You know, it will be weird for me to say that as a human being, it's very important that you fail at certain things sometimes to build character. Failure is very important in your journey. You are not perfect. Now, these are some of the things that failure taught me. That if I had always had success along the way as to everything that I set my mind to do, I would not have achieved. Now, the first one is failure has taught me the art of persistence and resilience. I didn't start failing when I had understanding of life. I started failing from during my earlier academic years as a kid, before he hit his teenagehood and even during his teenagehood. You know, I remember then I usually failed, and I failed aggressively on different subjects, different topics. I wasn't the brightest kid. If you were to judge by grades, I was literally the least among the list of kids in that angle. But there was something that I developed as a child. I kept on failing, but I kept on trying. I did not fail and I give up. I failed, but I kept getting back up. In fact, I remember there was a time that my grades were so bad that even my principal of those days, I still remember her clearly. She advised that I step down from being a science student and switch to maybe the art or commercial department because my grades were that bad. But I didn't give up. I pleaded, spoke to my father, who was kind enough to listen to me, to allow me to continue. And here I am today, a registered nurse and a registered midwife who is able to teach on those science topics. Maybe not exactly the O level, but now we are higher. Another thing failure taught me is the ability to be humble, the quality of humility. If I had success along the way, I don't think I would be humble enough to admit that I had failed. And I don't think I'll be humble enough to admit that I have my limitations. I'm not perfect myself, but that is a continuous process of learning. Life is all about continuously learning and improving. And success would not have granted me that humility to understand other people, humility to listen to another person's opinion, humility at least to this extent that I have now. I struggle sometimes as a human being, but at least I try to be better. And the times I have failed have taught me to be humble. Another thing success has taught me is patience. Even as I am now, I still literally wish to have the things that I want or need to happen as soon as possible, but I don't get that. But on the other hand, because I have experienced failure in the past and waited to get success, it at least helps. All right. And to be this good means that I had failed. I'm not saying that I'm as good as I think I am. Probably I'm not as good as I think I am. Probably I am better. You guys will tell me. But the simple truth is that I have failed enough to know that I should be patient. Good things come, they do take time. My mom usually tells me. And I've learned that lesson too from friends. And even my father has taught me the art of patience. And I keep on learning as an adult myself right now in other areas of my life. I really try to be patient. If you always get what you want, you wouldn't learn to be patient. If you always get what you want at the time you want them, patience would not be one of your strongest faults, or you wouldn't even be good at being patient. And another thing I would like to say that patience taught me is it taught me to be failure. I mean, another thing failure taught me is that failure taught me to be a very, very good teacher. A person that is patient with other people while they are learning. A person that wants others to learn because I was once there. If I had not failed, I would not have the ability to understand other people's limitations. Because limitations is somehow directly proportional to failure. All right? And failure is not exactly a bad thing. There are lessons to learn in limitations and in failure. So because I had failed in the past, I was able to understand every other person's limitation. So yes, I these are the things I have learned. Persistence, humility, resilience, patience, as well as understanding and being skilled at passing knowledge to other people. If there's anything you've learned from this video, please take these qualities to heart. Failure is not a bad thing. Failure is important in our process of getting better. Even as I stand before you, I still fail in other areas too. but I hope to be better, and I hope you will be better too. See you on the 11th of 140 days with Jonathan and Zebuka.